Like, I tried my best to protect others, but like it was my duty to protect others, but now I just don't know what to do.
Take a deep breath and start from the beginning.
I can see your number.
What do you mean by numbers?
Everyone has a number. Luckily, no one knows about these numbers, or they'd think I was crazy and just laugh at me. Normally, my day starts off being yelled at by 2 and his girlfriend, who's a 3. They don't bother me that much, though. The others do. The 4s. They bother me. You see, they love to yell at me, take my money. They even pushed my head down a toilet the other day. Do you get it now?
So you see numbers above the heads of people?
So one day when I was eating breakfast, I noticed that my sister had a 2 above her head. I didn't know what it meant, but it was strange. It did feel like it was meant to be there, though. When I turned on the TV, I realized everyone had these numbers. I noticed that the powerful people had quite high numbers, like the US president had an 8. The only 10s I'd ever seen were in old videos, like Hitler or Stalin. The sorts of people who are responsible for, like, terrible, terrible things. The annoying thing was I never could see a number above my own head. At first I thought it could mean, I don't know, like how successful you're going to be or how long you're going to live, but eventually I worked it out. The numbers mean how dangerous you have the potential to be on a scale of 1 to 10. The numbers above each person, they broadcasted how dangerous they were to those around them. And somehow I had the ability to read this. Basically, danger is how much someone can intentionally harm others. That means that someone who looks scary isn't necessarily going to have a high number. It's what's in a person's heart that determines one's number. Most people don't even realize how much danger surrounds them every day. It takes so little to do so much damage.
Can you talk me through what happened today? Could you start from the start?
A few months ago, this new kid came to school. As soon as I saw him, I just had this bad feeling about him. I sensed something terrible, but I didn't want it to be true. He was a 10. Meeting a 10 was just something just absolutely terrifying. I could sense serious danger. So much danger that I passed out. Anyway, the next day I came back and 10 was the most popular guy in school. I started my day with maths. It was my first class with 10. I couldn't figure him out. I mean, he was in my year, but he was a bit smaller than me. He wasn't noticeably scary or dangerous to other people. They seemed to love him. Now I just had to work out what made him a 10. Weeks passed and I didn't bother 10 and 10 didn't bother me. We passed each other in the hall from time to time and I cramped up in my stomach whenever I saw 10. But he made friends easy enough and that made me start to doubt the number above his head. Maybe my ability was flat out wrong.
Hey, I couldn't help but notice, whenever I'm in the room with you, you seem to try and move away or leave the room. Have I done something to upset you? I won't hurt you.
I wasn't buying it. Everyone else seemed to love him, but, I was that weird kid who always seems to overthink things.
Don't want to lose that.
I saw the glint in his eyes and for the first time in my life I felt true terror. Of course I considered calling the cops, but what was I going to say? Yes, officer, my magic danger number vision topped out on a student over here and I'd appreciate it if you arrested him for me. I mean, that's how you get a trip to the place with 3 meals a day, a cocktail of pills to wash it down and all the long sleeve jackets you could want. As weeks turned to months, I was still in terror of seeing 10 in his number. I started to panic even more. I had to take matters into my own hands. What could I do though? I felt like I needed to do something. Warn someone. I can't just sit around and let this kid roam around the school.
It won't hurt.
I couldn't tell anyone though. No one would believe it. But then I thought, if you had the chance to kill Hitler before he did anything wrong, would you have?
10.
Do you see numbers?